Good morning everyone, welcome to The Last Drop. I am Chris. Kilkerran 8-year-old cask strength just been released. I've got a bottle. Let's hear my thoughts, shall we? Let's go back a couple of years. Kilkerran was quite unknown, I think, back then. I started my journey back then as well, and of course it sort of coincided with Kilkerran sort of being more mainstream, I guess you'd call it. I picked up a bottle of 12 after recommendation from VinPF, from No Nonsense Whisky. I think that was in London? Might have been in London. Definitely in London. Was a fan from then. So later in that year, 2019, sort of the November release of sort of Campbelltown Springbanky stuff, I picked up a bottle of the cask strength 8-year-old, the 56.9% one. Now that was a fantastic whiskey. Now everybody has said it's fantastic whiskey. Look at whiskey friend Alan. He goes on about it still to this date, including in his recent video. And yeah, what a great whiskey. And that created so much hype, so much buzz about Kilkerran whiskey, even though the 12 is absolutely fantastic whiskey. The hype and everything like that from that 8-year-old cask strength sherry refill, recharred, whatever you want to call it, the dark loveliness that it was, just has created this massive hype for the latest releases. FOMO, so this fear of missing out, has been completely rife in the industry now, especially with these new bottles. Inaugural releases are insane. Today is, I think, Ardnamurken Day. No, it's not. It's Toreveg. So we'll see how many times my phone pings up today with, it's on this site, it's on this site, it's on this site. Absolutely insane. On the Friday of the Springbank release for the latest was just incredible. Every single site you go to, you needed to be exceptionally quick. So this fear of missing out on these whiskies, just all this hype's been created from that one, I believe. I mean, the 16 is a very, very good whiskey. The 12 is such a staple, it should be in pretty much everyone's cupboard. If you don't have it, go and get some. It's readily available now. You can pretty much get it most places. Right, so here it is. Kilkerran 8-year-old cask strength, 56.9%. I said earlier about the other one, I think that's 59% point something. I can't remember. I never remember these numbers. You know me. Much whiter than the other cases, sleeves, as you would. It says on the back, non-chill filtered, no added colouring. Lovely little story about, St. Kieran and stuff. Glengyle. But yeah, standard sleeve. Right, so here's the bottle. As you can see, lovely colour on it. This is fully matured Oloroso cask, I believe, compared to the other one previously. As you can see, I have dented it somewhat. But yeah, looks good, doesn't it? Right, so going to try and do some dramatic B-roll with the bottle, but before that I got to do these. I don't know if you can see them. You ain't going to be able to focus. M1 nuts. Not a good day for machining. I hate machining small things. So now we're going to play with some bearings, but I'm not sure. That looks meaty. What do you think? Meaty enough? I think that's too big. We want something smaller. That one? That looks nice, doesn't it? Let's try this one. So there we have it, all for one shot. Let's do some dramatic B-roll. As good as the previous iteration. Again, I was lucky enough to get a bottle of that when it was released, but at that time this fear of missing out, this insane bottle chasing didn't really exist too much. It definitely wasn't the case for that one. It was release day, I think, when I got it, but it was like midway through the day. They still had plenty of stock and so forth, so it wasn't really an issue. Like 2 years ago this is. Again, that was a fantastic whiskey. Is this one as good? Not really, but it is also, it's completely different. So it's a completely different whiskey to the previous. It's obviously been finished in a different way. This time it has been full maturation in Oloroso casks. I'm not sure whether it's first fill or second fill. I would imagine second fill. I'd imagine first fill, the colour would be a hell of a lot deeper. But yeah, it is really, really nice. We'll get on to a bit later when I get home, sipping in the evening. But yeah, it's not as good as the last one. The last one was fantastic, but I think it's one of these strange sort of unicorn whiskies that sort of pop up every now and then. But yeah, it's a difficult one, you know, because it's really, really nice. Don't get me wrong, it's great, but yeah, not as good as the last one. But that last one was, I think, a bit more special than anything else. Whether they can reproduce that in the future, I do not know, but we'll see. But yeah, it's a nice whiskey. So let's head somewhere else. So there it is, back on my shelf, right there, and it's in my glass. Back at home, it's now the evening, so I now can pour myself a dram of this lovely new whiskey from Kilkerran. So nose-wise, sort of burnt orange peel, smoked meats, spices, and that sherry influence coming across quite a lot. Taste-wise, you should be getting those spices come through again. It's definitely got that sherry influence heavy there. There's smoke presence from the peat. It's not massive, but it's definitely there, and that sort of interchanges with sort of a sweet caramel note as well. So sort of a top of a burnt sugar, you know, that sort of thing, on like a creme brulee or something like that. It's just sort of the smoke is part of that, as far as I can say. And then at the end, sort of a long echo of sort of dry fruits and a bit of that peat, but definitely a very fruity finish. So all in all, it's a very, very good dram. It's completely different to the second one, or the last one, which was completely different from the previous one to that, which was an all bourbon, ex-bourbon cask iteration. This last one was obviously in recharred barrels to give that amazing deep dark colour it had, and then this one is full maturation in sherry casks, Oloroso casks. Yeah, I think they're going for different ones each time. This one is a fantastic whiskey, very, very nice. Possibly not as good as the last one, but it is definitely very, very good. If you do get a chance to try it, then do. But yeah, if you're going for the secondary market, please don't pay over the odds. I mean, it's still in the secondary 60, 70 quid, I think, max. Otherwise, you're just being ripped off. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed this video today. It's been a bit of a hickledy-pickledy, bit of B-rolly stuff going on in there, a bit of stuff making to make the B-rolly stuff. Yeah, this Kilkerran 8, obviously try it if you can, but if you can't, go and get some Kilkerran 12, pretty easily available now. And yeah, hit that subscribe button if you enjoy this sort of content. If you like this vlog style, yeah, please hit that thumbs up if you do. That would really be appreciated. And with that being said, that is the last drop.